Popmaster, and first today from Kent, it's Vanessa Vander. Hi Vanessa.
Hi Ken, how are you?
Very well, how are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Nervous as to be expected, but really pleased to be talking to you.
But as you say, it is to be expected, so that's fine, no problem at all. Lovely. Let's see if we can find out a little bit about you. What do you do for a living?
So I'm currently starting a new job tomorrow, actually. I work as an operations manager in a translation company.
All right. So, big new job tomorrow?
Yes, exactly. As if I didn't have enough nerve-wracking things this week.
Well, look, if you can cope with Popmaster, then a new job is nothing at all. Easy peasy.
Very true.
Yes. So, what about home life? Who do you have there?
So just have my lovely cats, Henry and Dexter, who are fast asleep, which is probably for the best.
Well, you don't want them acting up while you're on Popmaster. Any other time is fine, but no, at the moment we want them quiet. And the rest of the time, what do you like to do?
Outside of work, I like to run, so I belong to a running club here in Kent, in Medway, and I was due to do London Marathon in a few weeks, but I'm injured at the moment, so hopefully I'll be able to defer to April. And otherwise, I am a qualified salsa instructor, so teach dance classes outside of my normal job as well.
Gosh, you're busy. You are fantastically busy. That's great. Well done. Now, your bonus questions. We need to sort those out. The sun and the moon, that's one topic. The other is when you're smiling. The sun and the moon, or when you're smiling.
Let's go for when you're smiling.
When you're smiling. Right, that's the topic for you. What might your score get to, do you think?
3.
I have previously scored as high as 33 and as low as 3, so I'd like to be in the high teens, but let's see.
Okay, well, if we can get something with 3 in it, since that seems to be the pattern, that would be great, especially the 2 numbers with 3 in it. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, wish you the best of luck there, and here they come. T-Rex had a top 3 hit in 1973, singing about a 20th century what?
Boy?
Boy is right. 3 points. In 1991, which rock band had a top 5 single with Enter Sandman? Enter Sandman.
I'm gonna just guess at Iron Maiden.
Right, it's worth a guess. Sadly, it wasn't there. It was Metallica. Metallica. Bonus question. When You're Smiling, from 1975. This is the original version of Make Me Smile, Come Up and See Me. But can you name the act that had a top 20 cover in 2003 with that song? Come up and see me, make me smile. I'll do what you want, running wild. So there you are, that's the original in 1975. But which act had a top 20 cover of that song in 2003?
It's going to be a complete guess because I don't know. Is it Blur?
No, it's not, sadly. It's Erasure. Erasure did that. In which year were these 3 songs all top 10 hits? Fool to Cry by the Rolling Stones, Love Hangover by Diana Ross, and Let Your Love Flow by the Bellamy Brothers.
68.
I'm going to take all these. I feel like all of these are 70s and I'm an 80s kid. Anyway, I'm going to take a punt at 76.
Whoa, that's the one. That is the year. That's worth the punt.
Awesome,
Well
yeah.
done. 76. Great.
Nice one.
The songs Sexy No 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 and Call the Shots were both top 5 hits in 2007 for which girl group?
Girls Aloud.
Girls Aloud, that's right. Bonus question, When You're Smiling, from 1969. Going to play you the intro to a classic Motown track by the Isley Brothers. What's the title of this song, please? What's the song that came after that intro?
Again, not my era. I'm going to say I Love Your Smile.
Well, there is a smile in it, as you might have possibly guessed, but no, Behind a Painted Smile was the actual title. Which Australian singer had top 10 hits in the first half of the noughties with Put the Needle on It, I Begin to Wonder, and Don't Want to Lose This Feeling?
Danny Minogue.
It is Danny Minogue, yes. The songs Visions of China, Cantonese Boy, and Life in Tokyo were all top 40 hits in the early 80s. For which group?
I'll have to pass on that one, I don't know.
All right, that was Japan. Now, a bonus question. When you're smiling, please name the singer of this 2006 number one.
It makes me smile. Yeah, it makes me smile. At worst, I feel bad for a while, but then I just smile. I go ahead and smile.
Who is that, please?
That's Lily Allen.
It is Lily Allen. Right, 6 points. And finally, Line Up was the first of 3 top 40 hits for Elastica in the mid-90s. Name one of the other 2. Elastica.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I haven't got anything. As soon as you tell me them, I'll know.
Okay, they were called Connection and Waking Up. Connection and Waking Up. Well done, Vanessa. 18 points. 18. How's that?
That's could be worse. Could be worse.
Absolutely, yeah. Very good, I think. 18 points. Unfortunately, most of the bonuses didn't work for you, but you got 1, and that helped a lot. 18 points. There you are with that. So next is going to be Sharon Thompson. She's in County Durham. First of all, bit of Coldplay. of today's Pop Master. Here's Sharon Thompson from County Durham. Hello, Sharon.
Good morning, Ken. Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Okay, thank you. Excited but nervous,
Right.
I think is the way to describe it.
It's fine. That's the best way to be. Lovely. So, first of all, your work. What is it you do?
I work for the NHS as a waiting list officer in plastic surgery waiting list, but at the moment I'm on sick leave. I had back surgery 3 weeks ago, so I am recuperating.
Right. All going well. Is it getting better?
Yes, I think so. I
Right.
think so, yes.
Yeah, it takes time though, doesn't it? But we
I believe so, yes, indeed.
hope it all sorts itself out very nicely very soon. Now,
That's very kind. Thank you very much.
away from work, what takes up your time?
I started walking during lockdown and I've continued that. I've just gone back to that after my surgery, and I'm trying to get a bit further every day. I like to bake, I like to read, I like music. I recently went to see Tears for Fears. They were amazing. I saw them at Newcastle Arena. My husband and I were hoping to go off to Leeds, but unfortunately, because of my recent surgery, it's just too soon, unfortunately,
Yeah.
which is a shame.
Oh, well,
But,
we understand that. But you'll be able to hear
Yeah.
all the highlights on your radio.
Certainly will.
Great
Certainly
stuff.
will. I intend to listening.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Well, now, let's see what the bonus topics hold for you. There's the sun and the moon, still there. Now, also, Big Ben. Big Ben or the sun and the moon?
oh dear. Big Ben.
Big Ben, right, Big Ben will be your bonus questions. 18 points on the scoreboard, that's the target for today's. Put there by Vanessa.
Indeed.
Wish you the best of luck with that lot, and here they come.
Thank you.
Which iconic frontman reached the top 40 on 2 separate occasions with his solo single, The Great Pretender?
Freddie Mercury.
It was Freddie Mercury, that's right, 3 points. The songs Animal and Pour Some Sugar on Me were hits in 1987 for which rock band? Animal and Pour Some Sugar on Me.
That's not AC/DC?
Not AC/DC, I'm afraid, no,
No,
it's
it's not.
Def Leppard. Def Leppard.
Death Letters. Should know
Right.
that.
Okay, bonus question now on Big Ben. I'm going to play you John Lennon, his version of the classic song Stand By Me, but can you name the singer who had the original 1961 hit with the song?
Was it Benny King? I don't know.
John Lennon's version, who had the original hit in 1961?
Ben E. King.
It was
Oh,
Ben
yeah.
E. King, exactly.
Oh, well
Right,
done.
6 points.
I got a bonus.
In which year did this week's top 3 have What About Us by Pink at number 3, New Rules by Dua Lipa at number 2, and Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift at number 1?
2017.
Yes, it is 2017. Well done, lovely. What was George Michael spinning according to the title of his 1996 top 3 hit?
Fucker's cock.
Oh, sorry, no idea.
No idea,
Don't know.
okay. Spinning the Wheel. Spinning the Wheel.
Oh,
Here's a bonus question on Big Ben. You're about to hear a 1985 hit cover version of a Michael Jackson hit from 1972. Who is the singer here, please?
I knew this was coming. She brought it back.
Who's that singing?
is it Dolly Parton?
It's not, I'm afraid. No, it's actually Marty Webb. Marty Webb
Oh.
had that hit with that. What's the name of the lead singer with Fairground Attraction who went on to have her own solo career?
She was on recently, and I can't remember her name. She was on the on the radio not long ago. I can't remember.
Oh, that's bad luck.
Ridiculous.
Eddie Reader.
Eddie Reader.
That's who it
Of course
was. Okay. The 1973 chart debut by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes would later become a hit cover for Simply Red. What is that song called?
do know. If you don't know me by
That's
now,
it. That's the one. Yes, indeed. Right, your next bonus question, Big Ben. You're about to hear one of 5 top 40 hits achieved by this American group in the 90s. Please name the group.
She's not breaking up, driving slowly off the coast, and I'm heading nowhere. She's not breaking up, driving slowly.
Who's that?
is it Ben Folds 5?
It is Ben Folds 5. Exactly right. Lovely.
Clever radio.
And finally, There You'll Be was a top 3 single in 2001 for which female American country singer? There You'll Be.
4, 3, 2.
Sorry, no idea. Country music's not my thing.
Okay. She was Faith Hill. Faith Hill.
Faith Hill. Yeah, I know of her.
It's 21 points,
Yeah,
Sharon.
lucky
So
one.
well done. You have made it by 3 points. Congratulations on that. Well
Wow.
done. You are today's winner.
Thank
So
you.
You're going to be doing 3 and 10 in a moment, so prepare yourself for that.
I will.
Right. In the meantime, we'll say very bad luck to Vanessa. Very close match today, Vanessa. Bad luck.
I'm gutted. I got 33 points on that round,
What?
genuinely.
What?
Yeah. So,
Oh, dear.
honestly, it's just how they fall, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Never mind, Vanessa. You get the T-shirt. That's the big
I
thing.
think you're lying, Van.
Yes, it is, yes. And hopefully if workplace clothing allows, I'll wear it into work. You never know.
Well, let's hope they don't have too tight a policy on that sort of thing. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm sure you get away with it one day. Anyway, Vanessa,
Yeah.
we will send you that T-shirt. And, of course, you also get 30 seconds of airtime to do any hellos you want to. On you go.
Thank you. I want to say hi to my parents, Robert and Cheryl, my brother Richard and his family, my friend Wayne, Barry, our club coach, and big shout to Medway and Maidstone, Abby, Faye, Claire, Ali, Chloe and Heather, my mate Bob, who's listening live in Australia at the moment, all my friends from Salsa, all my train crew friends, and fellow country music fans, John and Hannah, and thank you also to everyone else who wished me luck today, and anyone else who didn't, but who knows me.
Oh, of course. Lovely. Vanessa, great talking to you today. Well done. Lots of tough questions there, and you got a great score of 18 points. So lovely to hear from you today, and thanks for being with us.
All right, thank you, Ken.
Thank you. Bye. Vanessa Vander of Raynham and Kent. So, Sharon Thompson of Stanley, County Durham. Sharon is through to 3 and 10. How about this then, Sharon? Feeling confident?
No. not at all. Not at all.
Well, you never know. It might suit you. Let's see. Let's see. Today, please, the titles of 3 UK single chart hits. 4,
3 in 10.
Keen.
Team.
Keen.
Somewhere only we know.
Yes.
No, sorry, just that.
Okay, I'll give you a second or 2 extra just in case you did miss her at the beginning. But no, Somewhere Only We Know, you've certainly got number 3 hit for them, the biggest hit to date. Others include Everybody's Changing, Bed Shaped,
Yeah.
This Is the Last
Yeah,
Time,
yeah.
Sort of Like Kathy. Okay, 13 hits on the list, 4 of them top 10 hits, so bad luck on that
Yeah.
one. Not your topic, obviously, but you do receive Bluetooth headphones, all right?
Thank you very
All
much.
right, you're
That's
very
kind.
welcome.
Thank you.
And please now use the next 30 seconds to do your hellos.
I will, thank you. First of all, my husband John, who's listening downstairs. My son Matthew, who doesn't live at home but will be at work. I doubt he's listening. Neil and Lynn, my brother and sister-in-law. My nieces Chloe and Rachel. A particular hello to my mum, who's in hospital. I hope I'm wishing her better, and a shout out to all the staff looking after her. Sue and Paul, Moira, Clive, it's your turn next, guys. Bev, Mandy, Gail, Laura, Tracy, Anne and Jonathan. Tracy's on holiday at the moment. Sharon and George, Shannon, Peter, Gail and Steve, Liz, Paul, Jen and family, Chris, Tracy and family, Lee, Calvin and Oliver, Stephen family, Angie and Julie, and finally to Elaine, to Eileen. I'll see you soon for a coffee, Eileen, and a catch-up, and anybody else I might have missed.
Yeah,
And
I don't
pass
think-
on my best wishes.
I don't think you
Pass on
can
my
have
best
missed it.
wishes to, no, probably not. Can you pass on my best wishes?
Oh.
We'll be supporting him.
Sorry, missed that. Oh, Richie, was that about Richie?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
Can you tell me
sorry.
about my best wishes? I will be supporting him
Right,
strictly,
that's fine.
definitely.
We missed that little bit. Right, certainly, so will we all.
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you, Sharon, for joining us today, and
Thank
enjoy
you
the
very
headphones.
much.
All the best now.
I
Bye.
will. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Sharon Thompson
Oh, shut
of
up,
Stanley,
woman.
County
Fucking
Durham.
hell.
If you would like to be on Popmaster, then you need to send your name, your contact details, a little bit about yourself to this address. popmaster@bbc.co.uk.
No thanks, Ken. I won't even get on the
Get it to us.
program.
We'll get back to you. See if you might be on Popmaster soon. Barbara Streisand, Donna Summer. Wiping away the rest of it.
It's raining, it's pouring. My love life is boring me to tears. After all these years, no sunshine, no moonlight, no stars, no sad romance. We don't stand the chance. I always dreamed I'd find the perfect lover, but you turned out to be like every other man I love. Just look him in the eye and simply shout. Enough is enough, is enough. I can't go on, I can't go on no more. No, enough is enough, is enough. I won't hear out, let go now. Now I dream of the perfect lover, but he turned out to be like every other man I love, and the voice of the Enough is enough, is enough. I can't go on, I can't go on no more. No, enough is enough, is enough. I won't hear out, let go now. Goodbye, mister. Goodbye, mister.
Couldn't agree more.
Weeknights on Radio 2, I bring you a sanctuary for the soul.
Joe Wiley.
We set the mood with feel-good anthems on the Shiny Happy playlist. live sessions and conversations with incredible people. Jack White.
With me, but also, but more importantly, with the water companies, and see what further action is needed. That's a matter of urgency for the new Secretary of State.
What would you say? What would you say to the people whose livelihoods depend on that water being clean off Cleethorpes Beach? What would you say to them? Because their businesses will suffer.
I would say to them that engage with me, come and see me. Let's have a look at what can be done in the short term. But I would also give them some reassurance that in actual fact this is a government priority. As the Secretary of State said yesterday, you can pick up Hansard and read exactly what he said in the Commons yesterday, and in far more detail. It's invaluable information. And I would say to the traders in Cleethorpes, look, a lot is being done, more needs to be done, but if you're looking for an overnight solution, I'm afraid that is not going to happen.
So Cleethorpes will suffer for years?
Well, with respect, if you're going, I was down in Cleethorpes at the weekend. The idea that the people are not turning out in Cleethorpes is simply not the case.
Okay. Martin?
People are attracted to Cleethorpes. There are a lot of facilities in Cleethorpes. There are a lot of reasons to go to Cleethorpes, and people shouldn't hesitate to do that. Whether they feel comfortable about bathing in the sea, they should take note of the alerts that are issued by the Environment Agency. That's the common sense thing to do.
Martin, as always, I appreciate you sticking your head above the parapet. The banking hubs will probably have to save for another day. But thank you for your time this morning. We'll see what people think. Cleethorpes MP Martin Vickers on the Burnsy Show this morning. What do you think?
I think he ought to retire, the daft old twat.
Or email burnsy@bbc.co.uk. BBC Radio Humberside.
a bit of
First full
fucking
day in
rain.
charge of the country for Liz Truss today. She has held her first cabinet meeting.
Bad land management then,
The
isn't it?
release from that shows a smiling Graham Stewart towards the front of the table after the Beverley and Holderness MP's appointment as climate minister. The first Prime Minister's questions takes place in just under an hour. More bird flu has been detected in East Yorkshire. It has been found in a second premises in the Bridlington area. It means the poultry there now needs to be culled. And Northern Trains have announced a timetable for strike days next week, where the RMT and the drivers' union ASLEF are taking action next Thursday, the 15th. The RMT also striking on Saturday, the 17th. Northern will not be running any trains at all in East Yorkshire or Northern Lincolnshire on either day. The strikes on the 15th also affect TransPennine Express, Hull Trains and LNER. Onto the weather, amidst the cloud and brighter spells with some rain about, including heavy, thundery showers and a high of 22 Celsius. That's the latest for Northern Lincolnshire and East Yorkshire. On the roads in Hull, it has been slow on
More
Clough
turn
Road
off.
through the roadworks near Sissons Way. This one worth knowing about, heading towards North and then West Yorkshire. It is slow
Then
when
you
the
do well,
A64
Sid.
meets the A1M after an
I
accident.
hope there's
at
a red
Aberthin.
light. It's a
On the
shame.
buses, more stagecoach services off in the Grimsby area because of ongoing driver shortages. Similar stuff on the trains. TransPennine Express has its own staffing issues. It means that some of its trains out of Hull towards Manchester have been cancelled today. If you spot a problem and it's safe to call, our number is 08000 66 5959 or text 81333 and start your message with our rate.
I wonder if I'd be
Chelsea just undertook the
reference
best team in the
sent
world.
through yet.
Didn't they win the club
Go on,
World
We're
Club
going to be
Championship?
travelling an hour.
Won the Champions League, and did they win the World Club Championship as well? Didn't they?
I think so, yeah. So this is rather a surprise.
Football's bonkers.
It certainly is.
Absolutely bonkers. And we love it. We love it. Bonkers. Good to see a big club making a lash of it, like Roman Abramovich was down. He went through managers like nobody's business. Anyway, that's a discussion perhaps for another day. In terms of what we're talking about this morning, the Beverley Road, on Beverley Road in Hull, the Beverley Road pub. There is a planning application in. I think the decision's either due today or tomorrow for it to become a rehabilitation.
Oh, I don't know whether to go to Millie's and get a dinner.
They have to declare they're no longer addicted. They're in the final stage. It's the Father Bridges project, which I've admired in the past, I have to say. But is it the right place?
It's 12 o'clock. Well, I don't know, for half past two, three.
Johnson is against it. And Cleethorpes and Bridlington South Beaches, we've been told, not safe to swim today. And David Reyes is a fair point. Surely if that water isn't good enough to be in, is the beach good enough to be on? Minister of Climate Change. That went under the radar. So good to see someone from this area in post, says Martin in Cottingham. Well, we will collar him and see at some point to see what he's going to do for climate change.
Absolutely fuck
We'll
all.
do that on
What do you expect him to
another
do?
show. Do keep talking to me. Pauline in Hull on the Bevy Road, sorry, on the Bevy pub on Beverley Road. Bertie, there's an ideal site on Bridlington Avenue. It's up for auction. It's a former mental health home and it's got 22 rooms. It would be far more suitable than the site at the Bevy, says Pauline in Hull. Pauline Tarford joining in. And the texter says, according to Martin Vickers, the lady running the paddleboard business, to inform her customers in Cleethorpes they could go and play on the slots. We'll talk to a couple of councillors in Cleethorpes very shortly. Martin Vickers, the Cleethorpes MP, has been on the Bertie show this morning. We're talking about sewage discharged when there's heavy rain through the pipes onto Cleethorpes Beach, for instance. And there are warnings in place to basically not go in the water off Bridlington South and Cleethorpes today.
Crazy, isn't it? Advising you not to go paddling.
For the Sydney Sussex ward in North East
Because their
Lincolnshire, very
management
shortly on the
system's
programme.
fucking shit.
Just a snatch of what Martin Vickers said to me.
I've
So
been
you
taking
did
money
not
off us all
vote
year.
against a bill that would have limited the sewage going into the beach off Cleethorpes?
There was an amendment proposed in the House of Lords by none other than the Duke of Wellington, which was far too wide an amendment, and the government negotiated with the Duke and members of the House of Lords, and a different amendment which was mutually agreed. The idea that going around that Tory MPs voted to dump sewage is complete garbage.
Coming up, we'll talk to Councillor Tim Norman in Bridlington, who wants to join in the debate. But let's go to Councillor Mary Green, who's a Cleethorpes councillor, joins us on the Bertie show this morning. Thank you very much for your time. What are you making of all this? Morning to you.
Good morning. Yeah, I find it very interesting that Martin's talking about us having a discussion. Last year, according to...
So we all excited about it. Can't wait to get there.
You're a very snappy dresser, just sort of sat about in your little office there. I can see you wearing the most fabulous shirts with all the flowers on it. You've got this natty little hat as well. What do you wear on stage these days? What are the outfits like?
Well, they will be shining. You're right. You know, the Four Tops still look at the stage as a very special place, and we just always like to look our best theatrically, and we always think that's what it's called for us. So we'll be fairly naturally dressed. So to speak.
I mean, all the songs, so many, like incredible songs, biggest songs in the world ever. Do you have, and I bet this has changed over the years, but is there a song for you that you love performing, you're really happy to do it?
You know, that's always a hard question to answer. But I do have an answer for that, and it's simply because this song touched my heart and it changed our lives completely. And that's Baby I Need Your Love. It was not really one of our biggest, but it was.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It was the one that opened the door to our dreams coming true, and it set the stage for us climbing that mountain that we always.
Not even a fucking thanks, mate.
And it's just precious to me.
City
It
on.
changed my life in so many different ways, and I can say that with even the other tops. And it was just unbelievable what started happening.
City is a
after that
cleaning
particular
fucking
song.
room for Asda's.
And it also gave the songwriters, Holland Dozier and Holland, who I call Taylor's music, it gave them an insight on really
Facility
how to
management,
keep
eh?
writing for the Four Tops. They say, oh yeah. They say, yeah.
Right, if I ain't got my reference,
Now I know
I'll be
what
coming
to
back
do
this way.
So,
I'm off for something to eat.
it's so life-changing.
But I'll go to
You know,
British
I
Steel
just
first.
love it. And it set me on a lifetime ride that is unbelievable. I'm still enjoying it. You know, I'm still riding high.
Well, you got me back early because I've got an infringement to sign. Well, I won't be going in the office, mate.
and a few
I'll be
things
going
like
straight
that.
home.
But I still have the voice, which is the most important.
Absolutely.
And I have
How come I've overtook you again, you clown?
Dozier Holland there, very sadly.
City fucking cleaner.
We've recently lost
watched them work, and they started enjoying writing for us. They told me that, look, they said, writing for y'all makes our writing easy. I said, are you kidding? I said, listening to you all and the songs you give us made my life easy. So we have, and even up to this date, we have a wonderful friendship. And of course, I was just heartbroken when I heard the news about Lamont Dozier. Because him and I, out of the three, we became running buddies, so to speak. We would go to nightclubs together, we had fun together, we would eat together. He was one of the most incredible cooks. I mean, so everything he tried, he did really well. And he is surely missed.
Absolutely. It sounds to me like you're extremely proud of your background there in Detroit, and I wondered, growing up.
Shut up.
She says, I forgot my own birthday twice. Not once, but twice. You know what? My mum actually did a similar thing. She thought she was the wrong age for a whole year.
Why do all your voices sound the same? Better have fucking sent the reference number, mate. Because it'll cost you. I'll tell you fucking now. I'll go on break and keep it on all the week. And I'll have a fucking meal. Fucking knob hasn't even sent it here. Fucking knob, You've had an hour and 16 minutes to be precise, to just go get a reference number and send it to me. And I don't think you've sent it yet. So I'm going to play my game, mate. You're going to be paying for my breakfast. Well, I'll pay for it, obviously, but you'll be paying for my time. And I'll put it down to a forced break. brake that you're going to be paying for it. It's a couple of mile of fuel going back on myself, and then having to come back again. You probably got your eye on me, and you'll send me it right at this minute. Fucking noise. I'll indicate right, but I'll just go straight on because I'm a fucking thick ass fucking van driver. Don't know how to go and approach a roundabout, so I'll just indicate any way I want and go straight. But I ain't got a reference number. Guys, we'll see if we stay in. Back to British Steel. Right, I need the phone, guys, so I'll catch you all later.